I'm happy to welcome Diana Giacomini Hagan from the Point Reyes Farmstead Cheese Company and the Fork at Point Reyes to the KWMR airwaves. You are a premier sponsor this year with your family business, and your dad is the Grand Marshal of the Western Weekend Parade.
We are so excited.
Well, Diana, tell us a little bit about Point Reyes Farmstead Cheese Company and the Fork at Point Reyes in case folks are not familiar with what you do.
Sure. So we have been making cheese here on our farm, just north of Point Reyes, for the last 25 years. And started out, and we're most well known for our blue cheese, which we made exclusively for the first 9 years. And since then, we have expanded our product line and also our cheese making capabilities with a second plant in Petaluma. But have been operating also as a dairy. We supply all of our milk goes into all of our cheese here on the farm, and had been solely a dairy, selling the milk prior to making cheese. So we've been on this property since 1959. So
So you grew up on the farm.
I did. I grew up on the farm. My dad actually grew up in Point Reyes. So he's been here for all of his, well, he moved when he was 1, so he's been here for 86 years.
That is so great. And what about the Fork at Point Reyes?
Fork is our hospitality arm of the business, where we welcome guests to the farm. We've got a marketplace, and we've got a full capability of an executive kitchen, and we do farm dinners and farm brunches and cheese tastings. Lots of cheese tastings, especially over the summer months. People can book right online, pointraisecheese.com, and come enjoy and learn about all of our cheeses and the business as well.
And when is the cheese market open? If
Well,
you wanted to just drive up there.
sure, the marketplace is actually open Monday through Saturdays, so 6 days a week. Um, you're going to test me now on the exact time. It usually is open, I think, 11 to 3 most days. And then starting this weekend through the summer, will have public cheese tastings on Fridays and Saturdays, where you can book right online.
Very, very cool. So you mentioned that your dad grew up in Point Reyes Station, and I know that he was nominated to be the Grand Marshal by your sister, Jill. And I think it's
All three,
off.
well,
Oh,
all three of us actually.
so she sent the stuff in, but you guys all did it. So talk a little bit about how that came about and your reasoning on that.
Well, as I said, my father grew up in the community, and has been, such uh, a prominent figure here. And his father, I can't remember the year, but his father was actually Grand Marshal of the parade as well many years ago. And probably for the most part, my dad hasn't missed too many of the Western weekend celebrations, and we just thought it was a really great way to honor his history here in the community, as well as the fact that it is our 25th anniversary of making cheese this year. So it just kind of all culminated with, us seeing in the Point Reyes Light that there was an ad about nominations for the Grand Marshal, and we thought, oh my God, this would be so great. We surprised him, though. We did not tell him that we submitted the nomination. Figured we'd wait until we saw if he was actually selected. But anyway, I think he's super excited, as well as the whole company and the family, to see this happen.
I think it's great, and it's really fitting since the theme of the whole weekend this year is celebrating West Marin's rural roots. And with a dairy and cheese making and just a family business just north
Mhm.
of Point Reyes Station. That's so great. Diana, is there anything else that you would like to share with the listeners of KWMR?
Well, I think we also really want to support the community as much as possible. And so we really try to look at giving back. I mean, so many of our employees live in the community as well. So it is very important to us that we're connected to the community, even though, our cheese is really sold all across the country. But we really harken back to our roots here in Point Reyes and want to celebrate that as much as possible.
And what does Western Weekend mean to you personally, Diana?
Well, I, have been also going to Western Weekend and celebrating it for my entire life, as well as my sisters. And the fact that we can, have this celebration with having a float in the parade, as well as my dad being the grand marshal, really means a lot. We're trying to get as many people as we can that either work for the company or in our family to participate in it. And it's just great that we can do this and celebrate both my dad and the company at the same time.
That is fantastic. Well, congratulations for your father and pass that on from all of us here at KWMR. And thank you for taking the time out to talk with us today.
Thank you.